We need to talk about this B movie. Okay, I've never seen this B movie and it just popped up in my head. I was like, you know what? Me and my son love to watch movies, so let me just watch this movie. Watch the movie. Hot take on the movie. Okay, number one, why is nobody going to talk about the bestiality? Okay, well, it was a pun, but okay, let's talk about the interspecies romance that was subtly undertone in the movie. Okay, number one, Barry the Bee was a little lazy brat. Okay, he didn't want to work a regular B 9 to 5. All right, he wanted to mess up the pollination around the nation because he wanted to be a little lazy and he couldn't figure out what job he wanted to do. So he decides to drift off, okay, with the A team and then ends up getting caught up in a rainstorm. And then he ends up in a human's house, okay? Now, this man named Ken he's a lawyer. He's telling his friends, this is what I'm about to do for my law firm. He's just kind of like, he chopping it up. And then he sees a bee in the guacamole. Like he's like, oh my God, we gotta kill it. I'm about to smash it. He rolls his magazine up, and then Vanessa, which is Ken's lady, comes in and she was like, what makes you think that your life is more important than the bee's life? And then she saves him. She like scoops him up in this little glass cup or whatever. And then Barry the bee just falls in love with a human. Okay. So she places him outside. He stays there all day, all night, honey. He waits till it stops raining. And then he's over here trying to talk himself up. I gotta talk to her. Mind you, one of the codes for the bee life is don't be talking to humans. Number one. Okay. I guess they have powers like dolphins or something where they can talk to humans, but they like don't be talking to no humans. Rule number one. Okay. So he's like, I gotta tell her thank you. She saved my life. So he goes back inside the house. Okay. He's, trying to chop it up, trying to figure out how he's going to chop it up to her and tell her thank you. Ends up bursting it out loud. She's over here making coffee. She's like, wait, you can talk. And next thing you know, they over here having crumpets and tea, or really coffee. He over here drinking coffee out of straw outside. Okay, and she giving him a piece of cinnamon roll bread that she done made. Like he taking a crumb back to his friends and stuff, and they over here like, oh, he got a girlfriend. The girl name is Vanessa, and she a human. And the parents is going crazy. He's like, I gotta go see my friend. Anywho's, so Ken finds out that Vanessa has been chopping up with the bee that he was gonna kill, and he was like, you really talking to the bee? You know what I'm saying? Like you hanging out with him all the time. And Barry over here, like, maybe, Vanessa was right. What makes your life better than mine? So Ken finds another magazine because he had heard that Barry the Bee actually can die from an Italian Vogue magazine with 74, 75 pages. So he found the exact one because Barry the Bee's homeboy, they had a bee funeral back in the day, and he had got smashed with an Italian Vogue magazine. So all the other magazines, if it's like 72, 73 pages, they'll live. But a 75-page Italian Vogue magazine, you're singing songs and you're bringing flowers. They pollinated, okay? You're having a bee funeral. So anyways, Ken comes in the bathroom because Barry washing his hands because he about to eat dinner because Vanessa done made him a meal. Like, what's happening here? Okay, Vanessa done made a meal and all this stuff, and he trying to kill him. Oh, let me take you back to the grocery store. She going shopping with him, and then Barry finds out about the honey. He's like, what's all this honey doing here? How does honey get here? So he goes onto a whole mystery, a mystery machine, Scooby-Doo looking head. And then he's like, oh my gosh, I gotta shut this down. You know what I'm saying? This is bee labor. This is why we gotta work so hard. Long story short, the bee done sued the humans. Now the humans is out a bee, like the bees are just not working. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? Flowers not pollinating, food ain't getting produced. All because Barry wanted to be a little lazy but and decided he ain't want to work no 9 to 5 clocking in on the bee clock. And he wanted to chop it up with a human. Anywho, so Italian Vogue is about to get smashed upside his head by Ken. And then next thing you know, Vanessa finds out because they tussling in the bathroom. Okay, they tussling. She over there washing the dishes, and she's over there, and they tussling and rustling in the bathroom. Okay, she finds out, and she's like, you know what? I don't want to be with you no more. And he's like, you really gonna choose me over a bee? And Barry over here like, you know. So she's like kicks him out, whatever. Barry wins the lawsuit, so ain't no more honey production. By the way, Vanessa's a florist, okay? So don't you think you need bees? Like, wouldn't you tell your boyfriend that's not your boyfriend, that we don't know that like we don't know if y'all boyfriend or girlfriend, but y'all acting like it because he's staring at you and there's like romance music? It's real weird. Anyways, but when you tell him like, hey boo, I need you to go clock in because mama need to keep her florist shop running. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, after all the flowers and stuff die, then all of a sudden, that's when Barry's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have sued y'all. I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying, babe, that your stuff is not working. You ain't selling nothing and you only got the last roses, you know what I'm saying? I know you got this big festival coming, so I'm about to make it happen for you. So he over here like, all right, I'm gonna make some things shake so you can win. So anywho, they go on this big thing, whatever, whoop-de-doo, they win or whatever. Anywho's at the end of the story, why did Vanessa and Barry end up opening up a shop together? A florist slash law firm, because Barry is a B lawyer. By the way, Ken's a lawyer. So Ken walking by and he sees Vanessa and Barry shop floral and legal advice. And then Ken's like, oh, he's living my dream, because in the beginning, Ken was trying to start his own law firm. He was trying to get ideas. And Barry then came in and stole his woman. But now at this point, it's kind of like Vanessa really didn't want to be with Ken. It's obvious that she was looking for an escape. And it just so happened that she found a lavender marriage with a bee. That's all it was. That was her escape. She wanted out. I mean, I get it, you know what I'm saying? Like, Ken's overly dramatic, but he was the only sane one in the story. Everybody else, are we not seeing what's happening here? Anywho, that was just my hot take about this kid movie that I never watched and I decided to watch all of a sudden with my son. So yeah, you can go take a look at it, or if you've seen it, put your thoughts in the comments. Am I tripping? Did I watch it wrong? All right, have a good night.